It's going to be an action-packed weekend in downtown Detroit as the street racing begins.
The Grand Prix kicked off today, and we've been giving you a little sneak peek of what to expect.
CBS's Detroit sports anchor Rachel Hopmeyer on your block in downtown Detroit. Rachel, we understand you got a close-up look at some of those cars.
Yeah, for a kid who grew up on racing, it's been quite an exciting week, and it's not going to end anytime soon. But the 2024 Detroit Grand Prix is the first time that the IMSA sports cars between both GT classes are getting to race on this downtown circuit instead of Belle Isle. Only the Indy cars were here in 2023. Again, it's a 1.7-mile, 9-turn circuit, and for some teams, not only those based downtown in Detroit, but those like Corvette Racing by Pratt Miller, it's a homecoming for them too.
If you're a sports car enthusiast, you probably know that Corvettes come from Bowling Green, Kentucky. At least the street legal ones do. Here in New Hudson, Pratt Miller is home of the Corvette Z06 GT3R that's making her hometown debut for Corvette Racing by Pratt Miller Motorsports at the 2024 Chevrolet Detroit Sports Car Classic.
You guys all clear? Yep. Fire in the hole.
I mean, it's born in Detroit, right? We get to say metal in one door and race cars out the other door. Pretty cool slogan that we work with here, and it's really awesome that the metal that's coming in the door that we're starting with is actually coming from Bowling Green. A large part of the chassis, straight off the assembly line. Approximately 80% of the engine and powertrain is as run in the street car. So it's definitely meshing together racing and street to really produce a cool product.
You could say that Pratt Miller makes a lot of cool products. Founded in 1989, they're known for motorsports and military engineering. In 2020, Pratt Miller was acquired by Oshkosh Corporation.
This is where the metal gets turned into race cars. So this is our manufacturing bay. So we are producing race car components. We'll start off with raw metal. We'll turn them into things like control arm. We're producing everything we need to run a race car here, various number of machines. And then next door, we also have a fabrication area. So we are building the car from the ground up here. Obviously starting with the components that come from Bowling Green.
With the ratios that you have to have as similar, that percentage that has to come from the street car, how much time and energy goes on behind the scenes to really redeveloping everything else that goes into this car?
It's a multi-year process. So for us to go from kicking off the project to a complete test car was approximately 2 years. So quite a bit of effort goes into the virtual design phase before we ever get to the point of producing parts. So it's a cool process. We don't get to do it like an OEM would with many prototypes. We get 1 or 2 prototypes. So for us, we really have to nail it the first shot.
So now we're here to where these Corvettes really start looking like racing cars. Corvette Racing is such an iconic brand, the most successful in its time. But what does the Detroit Grand Prix and this homecoming mean to this team?
Well, I think it's so special to be racing not just in Detroit, but on the downtown streets of Detroit. So we'll be racing right around the RenCen, GM's global headquarters. There's such a long-lasting partnership between GM and Pratt Miller in this successful race program. So having the 2 yellow Corvettes competing in the downtown streets of Detroit for IMSA WeatherTech's first visit to that venue, I think couldn't be more special for us.
When it comes to the day-to-day, the racing, the attitude of this team, is there a motto or anything sort of carrying us through this season?
One team. There's 2 yellow Corvettes. All that matters is that there's a yellow Corvette up front. So we work together as one team. If one car has an issue, the mechanics from the other car will help out, as well as the engineers on the timing stand. Having a 2-car team gives you some unique opportunities with splitting strategies. So that's something that we work on a lot on the timing stand during the race. I talked earlier about how we need to react to the unexpected. If something unexpected happens to one car and takes it out of contention, the engineers from that car will be working with the car that's still running, fighting for a win to try to maximize those results. So it's very much a one-team attitude that goes all the way through the drivers, engineer, crew, one team.